What's going on, family? John back with another tip today. And the tip today is systems, okay? Because a lot of people get into network marketing or some type of business and they just think it's going to be easy. They think they're going to just make a ton of money because a lot of times that's what their sponsor said, that they're going to make a ton of money real quick and, just all types of stuff. But let's be realistic, okay? You jumped into a business and it's a business. You got to treat it like a business. If you don't treat it like a business, you're not going to get paid very well. And, why jump into something to do it half-ass, right? So systems are super important to put in place in the beginning. Put systems in place. And what do I mean by systems? Have a daily routine, okay? Because a lot of people, they just, on a daily basis, they're just winging it. They don't really know what to do. They're hoping that their efforts are going to pay off. And, and that could be farthest from the truth. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you come into this game and it's a business, okay? So as far as systems is concerned, you basically have to have the compound effect. And what does that mean? As far as your daily routine's concerned, like me personally, I try to connect with 100 people a day on Facebook, okay? So, and 100 people a day in 5 days, that's 500 people. In 7 days, that's 700 people. On a monthly scale, that's anywhere between 2,000 to 2,800 people that I connect with on a monthly basis. And how many of those 2,800 is going to actually join my business? Right now I'm getting about anywhere between 25 to probably 45 signups a month. Why? Because I stay consistent. To connect with 100 people on Facebook, it's take an hour a day maybe? I mean, that's really it, So I do that consistently. And see, most people just aren't consistent. Like I said, most people get into a business, they have no system, so they don't really know what to do. They think what they're doing is working. In all actuality, it's really not. Okay? So, start to come up with stuff daily, whether you're connecting with people on Facebook, whether you're making a YouTube video a day, whether you're posting ads on Craigslist or whatever you're doing. Just come up with a daily plan. And the compound effect will help you guys drastically, because what happens is, I think the best way that I can explain it is like this, okay? I live in the Midwest, so we get a lot of snow, right? So the easiest way I can explain it is basically, if you had a snowball, okay, and you're pushing that bad boy up the hill, every day you're doing your daily routine. Every day you're connecting with 100 people on Facebook. You're posting a couple ads a day, and every day you're pushing that snowball up the hill. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's getting momentum, and then next thing you know, after 30 days, 60 days, that snowball is absolutely so big, you get at the top of the hill and then it just starts to go by itself. Because all your efforts from the past 30 to 60 days, people are starting to, message you back in mass. It is just absolutely crazy. And the whole key is to stay more consistent than the next person, okay? Teach your team to stay consistent. If, for example, let's say that you had 5 teammates and you all, 5 including you, okay, and you all connected with 100 people a day. That's 500 people a day you guys are connecting with, okay? In 5 days, what is that? 2,500 people? In a month, that's over 10,000 people. How many people do you think is going to join your team if you and just a handful of your team is doing something on the daily? It's crazy. So you got into this business, you treat it like a business, okay? Another thing, if you guys aren't capturing emails, you're absolutely insane, okay? You need to capture emails. It is super important, because the fact of the matter is you need a lead capture page to send people to, period, okay? I can't stress how important emails are, because let's say you had an email list of 5,000 people, and you found, let's just say, a really good training product to really help network marketers. Well, that's 5,000 people you can blast an email out to. Okay? If you had a list of 10, 20, 30,000 people, you can potentially get a ton of signups just from having a lead capture page, right? So it's super important to start collecting emails now, because for your long-term success, it's going to be critical, okay? Because you don't want to just keep recreating the wheel, and I can't stress enough how important emails are, okay? And secondly, if you guys don't have an autoresponder, you're nuts, okay? Autoresponder is super, super important. And what is Aweber like? I don't know. I don't remember how much it is. $25 a month, $30 a month, 15, something like that. But it'll sit there, and you can set. It is absolutely insane. It will follow up with people as long as you want that Aweber to follow up with them. So if somebody opts in, and it's gonna follow up with them for the next 7 days, you're not following up with them, but you have a system in place that's gonna follow up with them. And that's really gonna get you guys more signups, because you're constantly in front of people. You guys are taking advantage of systems. You guys are just really doing what you got to do. So when you get into a business, figure out a daily routine. Try to get a handful of your team to do it with you daily. I mean, religiously. Do it whether you feel like it or not, because the way I feel is if one day I don't try to connect with 100 people, what if that day I could enrolled a big hitter that just brings tons of people into the business? It's super important. And if you can get a handful of your team to do it with you, it's going to make all the difference. You need a lead capture page to capture those emails, and an email autoresponder. Aweber, I use Aweber, and I love, because it basically follows up with everybody without me personally doing it. Okay? And so I just wanted to make this quick video. Don't get into a business expecting to make a lot of money quickly. Some people do, but set yourself up for success right now, because it's just gonna, because we all got in to basically make money, or to just live a life of stress-free. Set yourself up the right way. Figure out how to do stuff on the daily, money-making activities, not playing games on Facebook, none of that crap, because that's not gonna bring money into your family. That's not gonna put food on the table. That's not gonna bring in lights or pay for your lights and mortgage. That's not gonna pay none of that, right? So I hope this tip helps. If you haven't, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got probably over 50 videos on my YouTube channel to help you guys get more signups online and offline. And comment if this tip helped you. But either way, I'll be back tomorrow with another tip. So let's get it, guys.